Hey everybody, welcome back to Kids Network Studios. I'm Amy Kun, aka 1028. And it's April! Yay! Sorry, my bracelet's jingling. It's finally April, which means this... Please, oh please, oh please, no more snow. No more snow. Alright guys, last time we were talking about Crash Bash. This time, we're talking about the Wrath of Cortex. Let's get this started. Now, as per usual, the first cutscene catches my eye. Or rather, the entire story does. Taking the events of Crash Bandicoot 3 warped. Somewhere outside of Earth's orbit, Uka Uka holds a bad guy convention of sorts and a new space station that currently acts for the base of Dr. Neil Cortex and his friends, Engine, and Trophy, Tiny, and Dignodile. Uka Uka denounces the groups as imbeciles and fools, and also nincompoops as well. He questions their ability to do anything right, unveiling a line graph moving heavily downward. Uka Uka announces that the group's track record for spreading evil is totally pathetic.
But it's not our fault. That wretched Bandicoot is to blame.
Irritated, Uka Uka declares that he will not let anything stand in the way of evil, especially not a brainless orange marsupial. That's an insult to Crash's face. He concludes Crash must be eliminated. Obviously. Now, while this is going on, Engine nervously reminds Uka Uka that Crash always finds a way to defeat them, and contemplates that possibly that Crash is too good for them. But Uka Uka is fed up and won't take any excuses. And they need to come up with one good plan on the spot.
How do I get myself into these things?
There must be something that we can come up with. Say, Doctor, haven't you been tinkering something in your laboratory as of late?
I don't know what you're talking about, Trophy.
Dr. Cortex! I think he's talking about that super secret weapon that you've been leaving over day and night since the last time Crash defeated you.
Enough bickering! Do we have a plan?
Well, that's when Cortex reveals the existence of his genetically engineered weapon, which he claims possesses unbelievable strength. However, he reports the weapon is a missing power source. Now, the way he says it, though, gives an Uka Uka an idea to resurrect the elementals. A group of regular gay masks who control the natural elements, earth, water, fire, and air, and use their powers to ravage the globe and power Cortex's new super weapon, which turns out to be, you guessed it, Crunch Bandicoot. And this is the introduction of Crunch into the game, and into the franchise. So our heroes learn about this elemental thing from Aku Aku, who tells them that they need to stop Cortex and Uka Uka before the elementals wipe off everything off the globe forever. That cannot be good. Of course, you have two endings. And as per usual, in order to get both, you need everything in the game. crystals, gems, and relics. Yep, you have to time trial again. Wasn't that fun? Okay, I'll stop. But actually this time around, in this game, which is something I really like, even though it was limited, for the first time you could actually play as Coco. And I kind of wish they did more games like this where you could play as Coco and eventually crunch in the game. But sadly, that never happened. Now, the four elementals. Rocco controls, well, rock. Wawa, water. Pyro, fire. And Lolo, which was air. And once you capture them all, and to put them in hibernation state, you could face off against Crunch and Cortex, having Crunch join the team. Now for the first time, also, in a game, there's actually driving in this game. For the first time ever in a Crash Bandicoot game, which is just awesome. There was also rolling around in a ball, which was kind of cool. There was also a submarine and snowboard and a helipack and a mech, which was really awesome. Let's see here. What else do I want to cover? Yeah, Coco was in this game. Oh, here's a little bit of trivia. You can actually finish the game with 106%. Yeah, I did not do that, okay? I did not do that. And besides that, I kind of wish that they did have different bosses instead of it being Crunch all the time and say Crunch for the final battle. Because seriously, this was just like, And there was also a slight joke that was made later on in Crash to Insanity that actually referenced this game, where Cortex says, "Well, the past few years have been moving rather slow. What the Cortex didn't do well as we hoped done." Yeah. You're not going to talk yourself out of it, Cortex. You're not going to talk yourself out of it. Alright. Yeah, I already talked about that. So, the downsides I disliked, I already said, you only battled the same person as the boss. And after each warp room was done, you battled Crunch and whatever elemental he was hooked up to, whether it was earth, wind, fire, or water. And it's just like, can we battle somebody else here for a change? Oh my god, you guys have no idea how long I was stuck on the air one. I'm like, sorry, that was my bad. And also in this game, it was the first game ever to verbally mention Aku Aku's name, which was kind of weird. And yet he said it all the time during Crash to Insanity, Crash Team Racing, which is kind of weird. It's kind of like ringing bells in my head, so that's something I did not like either. But anyways, guys, all in all, I give Crash Bandicoot The Wrath of Cortex an 8.5 out of 10. Woohoo! Did pretty good. The only thing I didn't like was the graphics, and some of the time travels were really hard. Yeah. Me not the Wii. Alright guys, the next time we will see each other will be when we cover Crash Bandicoot The Huge Adventure. We're going to cover a few of the handheld games first before we go into my favorite game of the franchise, Crash to Insanity. But for now guys, we're going to cover The Huge Adventure when I see you guys Friday. Till then, this is AK1028, Amy Cood, and I'm signing off from Kids Network Studios. I'll see you next time. Peace out, everybody.